Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host Saeed. I do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Tuesday the 28th of December 2021. Just a few more days before 2021 is over in Trinidad and Tobago and around the world. But nevertheless, we give God thanks. Those of you who have survived the Christmas, it's nice to hear that you are not dead. You don't have the virus. You're not in prison. You are not condemned. But you are in the land of the living and living happy. So viewers, I do want to welcome you to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Remember, share our live stream on Facebook, Real Talk with Saieed Ali, and on YouTube, TT Real Talk. Hit the subscribe button and you will know when we go live. So remember viewers, our South Office, Real Talk Group of Companies, Financing and Investment Department, just a couple days again for you to get the 2.75% at our South Branch. Real Talk Group of Companies, Financing and Investment Companies offering you the 2.75%. You just have about 2 or 3 days again before that offer is up. But nevertheless, you can contact me at 339-1670 for your fixed deposit system at Real Talk Financing and Investment Company. Remember, we offer small loans. Once you have your collateral, all financial institute, anywhere you go, they will ask you for collateral. So feel free to call 267-7325, 238-6716, 339-1670 for more information. So, as we start off our program tonight, viewers, remember to share our live stream. And we are live on Synergy Network from Monday to Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. with a rerun the following day from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. So as we start off our program tonight, the Ministry of Health has reported that 6 more cases of the COVID-19 Omicron variant has been confirmed in Trinidad and Tobago. The ministry states that 3 of the cases were foreign nationals aboard an international ship which has already left local waters. 2 nationals with a recent history of travel and 1 case with a national with no history of travel. TNT now has 11 confirmed cases of Omicron. On the 6th newest case, the ministry states that as a result of their positive COVID-19 results, all patients have been isolated. Additionally, contacts of the positive Omicron COVID-19 case have been quarantined. So it seems like the ministry have it under control, but let's just wait and see, viewers. That is just 11 confirmed cases in Trinidad and Tobago thus far. 238-6716 is our phone line to call in. Feel free to call in. Let me hear what you have to say. It's Tune It Up Night, Tuesday. So this is where we tune up the little heat in Trinidad and Tobago for those of you that are locked on as we move along. Now, Terence Singh says that our health system in Trinidad and Tobago is number 1. Is number 1. Oxford University ranked Trinidad as number 1 in dealing with COVID-19 cases. That is according to our health minister, the Honorable Terence Singh. So, I'm feeling a little, give him a little honor tonight, according to Oxford. But who is Oxford? Who is Oxford? Now, while I am telling you that, listen to this. Second Vice President of the TNT Registered Nurses Association, Letia Cox, has stated that over 100 nurses have left the healthcare system seeking employment abroad over the past year. So 2020, in February, March, COVID-19 introduced itself to Trinidad and Tobago. We have almost completed the year 2021. So that is 2 years. She states that recruiters, mostly from the United Kingdom, but also from Canada and the US, have been poaching nurses from TNT because of their excellent training, and the nurses are grabbing the opportunity for better terms and condition. Why are they grabbing the opportunity for better terms and condition? Because it is better outside of Trinidad and Tobago. So while our health minister is boasting that we have the best healthcare system in the Caribbean, he was giving out pans of biscuit valued $12.50 to nurses, frontline nurses, as a thank you. While nurses protesting, he was giving out a pan of the biscuit valued about approximately $12.50. He was handing it out to nurses and congratulating them for a job well done. Imagine that. Watch me, this man, I have no bloody shame. No bloody shame. Frontline workers have been complaining of deplorable state. But yet you pick up a $12 pan of biscuit to go and congratulate them for the hard work they are doing. Let me tell you something. I would have taken that biscuit and I would have slammed it back in the face so hard. He'd have want to know what hit him, if it's biscuit or the tin hit him. Now listen this. Caller, just hold on for a second. According to the association, this year alone, we're talking about 2021, 48 registered nurses from the Southwest Regional Health Authority resigned and left the country. Why? Terrence, do we have the proper health care working? No, we don't. We don't have it. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk, my friend.
This is Shayan from Peru here.
Talk to me.
Well, they're doing a wonderful job, but this government, them is the worst right now. You go tell me, them people, risk their life, the family, everybody, frontline, and you give them a tin of biscuit.
Yeah.
He's a madman, boy.
Thank you, my friend. Now, here it is. She said, some reliable nurses are discouraged as they are only getting short-term contracts and no job security, but they are saying brain to the world on media briefings and conferences that we have the best health care. Remember, not too long ago, I was telling you all that the Cubans were getting 3 years contracts, while our registered nurses were only getting 6 months contract. Terrence, where you there? Why you didn't sign a 3 months contract? And when you can't have money to buy milk, what did I do? Did I complain? Or did I do like the PM? Let me take it out on the pavement and let me deal with it. But let me tell you something. All I find 2021 side was think, wait for 2022. Wait for 2022. Let me tell you something. Ministers go resign, I will practice what I know. And what is that? To do spirit work. I'm telling you. Let me tell you something. The citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, we are not in a deplorable state, We are in a stinking, nasty, dirty state in Trinidad and Tobago. While we have heads of government turning their head to the reality of what's hitting us, we have the lower class set of people bearing. We scraping through. We needn't give up. But I have a next story for you. But hold on to this. In addition, the Prime Minister, December 18th announcement that public servants, including nurses, needed to be vaccinated to work or stay home without pay by mid-January, has caused a lot of anxiety because most of the unvaccinated nurses were fearful. Why you think they are unvaccinated? Because they are the ones who are in the health care, who are seeing the patients coming to them who took the vaccine. You know what I'm not hearing? I'm not hearing nobody saying anything about the policewoman who was fully vaccinated and died. Where the hell Terrence gone? Now it's Christmas, he take a vacation. Oh, I forget. He going to give out $12.50 pan a biscuit for nurses. All I feel 2021 side was stink, but let me tell all you something. You see, come 2022, I will practice what I know. I will practice what I know. Take what I'm telling all you. It will have people getting heart attack in Trinidad. It will have people running off the road. And I'm talking about those in leadership, those that govern the country. You know, if I come out and say, well, you know, Terrence, I have an iron, and you better watch yourself. I will think it. Let me tell you something. That is called threatening. I am not threatening anybody. What I am saying is that come 2021, I will practice what I know to do best. God has blessed me with a gift to do spiritual work. To lead the children out of bondage, out of Egypt. I'm going to practice what I know. You will tell me, we have a man like the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, wants to build the economy, but you're telling the public sector, who works in the government sector, if all you're vaccinated or let's stay home. Let me tell all you something. All you're begging Trinidad and Tobago to run all your out of office and out of Trinidad. I remember when the Haitian Prime Minister was executed. Why? Gonzales, right of the Caribbean. When he tried to make vaccination mandatory, he had to leave. He seeked refuge. He seeked health care. In where? In Barbados. Because his own people didn't wanted him. And you want to come and play now. Use this big badge on. And you want to tell me, Saeed, if you're working in the public servant and you are vaccinated, stay home. But you the same bloody hell man. Come by my house and tell me vote you. Eh? You're the same man who tell me on a media briefing, I'm not going to beg India for vaccine for you. And now you come to tell me, if me are vaccinated, stay home, no pay. But let me tell you something. Pack up all your suitcase. Because come 2020, all you will create a riot in Trinidad. And all you will end up doing like Gonzales, running to neighboring country to save all yourself. They quite tell, watch manna. Trinidad and Tobago, you feel when you hear the bank calling you, and you hear we have some ministers put you in a position, what is going to happen with them? But let me tell you something, run for all your life. Forget your Benz, forget your BMW, forget your Rolls Royce, forget your big house, and skate out at Trinidad, because why? Your life might be threatened by the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Why? For telling me, if I ain't vaccinated, I ain't go to work. You know what am I getting up? I worked 40 years in the public servants. What the hell you was? When I take a loan to build my house, and when I take a loan to send my children to school, what the hell these ministers was? Huh? They are saying, where were you? Faraz Al-Rawi collecting how much? Millions of dollars every month. He care about you? No. How much cases he lose? That represented Trinidad and Tobago. Everyone he going to do. Everyone. But let me tell you something. Come 2021, side more stink than 2021. You see 2022? Brace all yourself. Brace all yourself. Brace all yourself. Because you see down in Leketo where there is practice down there, I will practice this in Trinidad. Take what I'm telling all you. Me afraid, you know. Me afraid, you know. But I am not going to sit by and watch my people suffer. I am not going to do that. Caller, good night.
Good night, Ali.
Hello?
Hello.
Go right ahead.
I'd like to highlight something on your program, please.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Ali, there's about this noise.
Caller, we can hardly hear you. We do apologize for the cut, but if you could call back, mute your television set, we will accept your call. So viewers, that was the Prime Minister saying if you're not vaccinated, the public servants stay home. Let me tell you something. Our Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago is living in a $17 million house. His food are being paid for by taxpayers. His clothes are being paid for by taxpayers. His trips abroad, Trinidad and Tobago, are being paid by taxpayers. His medical benefits are being paid by taxpayers. His vehicle is being exempted because he holds the position tax-free. Everything is tax-free. But yet, they want to come, they leave with one eye. With one eye. No, they want to come and dig out the next eye for you not to see what's going on. Boy, come 2022, let me tell you something. There are plenty ministers going to be running off the road driving the car, you know. Mark my word, in 2022 it's going to happen. Mark my word. Because I have a voice. I have a platform to back up my voice, which 99% of Trinidad and Tobago do not have. Trinidad and Tobago voted these individuals and them to govern our country in the best way possible. Terence Diasing failed to bring the science to us when 50-something vaccinated people died. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley wants to tell us if we're not vaccinated, stay home. The Attorney General, Faris Al-Rawi, is standing behind Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley's recent statement that the government employees must be vaccinated by mid-January or be flogged unless medical exemption. Listen to this, boy. Listen to this.
The government's workplace is going to change. It is the intention of the government come mid-January to insist that the government's workplace would require vaccinated workers. If you are not in a position to come to the workplace, you would be on leave on your own and you would be furloughed. Meaning that you will still have a job on the establishment, but you choosing not to be able to come to work under the conditions laid down, that you will then not be paid.
Trinidad and Tobago. And you know what we're saying? We're singing great is PNM. That is what we're singing. So I want to ask all these PNM supporters who is Rowley diehard fans, how are you going to pay your courts bill? How are you going to pay your standard bill? How are you going to pay your car payment? How are you going to pay for your TV, your couch, your fridge? How are you going to pay for your house? How are you going to buy groceries for your 2-year and your 3-year-old? Eh? All that talk now, man. Now I want to hear all you. I want to hear all you. That is the same man who stood up in a media briefing and said, I am not going to beg India for vaccine. Now he taking away your blasted work. And always want to know why Saieed getting on like that. Saieed, you're mashing up the PM. But you can tell me we have a minister coming out and telling his citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, if you're not vaccinated, you'll get no pay. I will tell you, go back in your little cocoon and stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right bloody there. And the Attorney General now wants to play this big kingpin. This big kingpin. And about 12 cases brought up against him, representing TNT, and he lost every single one. But he wants now, Al-Rawi stated that the government is not in a position to withdraw its policy statement and asked that trade union provide recommendation. Listen to this.
I am pleading for us to return to an understanding that the normal process of collective bargaining and industrial disputes does not apply in the COVID pandemic because of the rate at which it is going and the fact that we have limited resources. $5 billion bloody hell dollars
but you have limited sources. How much bloody hell rent you collecting? Why did damn treasury say, we have limited sources and we cannot pay your rent. We will have to cut it in half. Say something. Say something, Trinidad. Is your eye being digged out? And what are we doing? What are we doing? The man who put himself in a coffin. The man who put himself in a coffin and then he coming up to tell all get vaccinated. He could have been dead. When they place him in Korea, he say, oh God, they go kill me. They want to kill me. 3 o'clock in the morning. Who are you standing for? Are you standing for citizens of Trinidad and Tobago? Are you standing the people who are about to lose their job? Let me tell you something. I don't beg, you know. I don't beg, you know. But Trinidad and Tobago citizens are about to go bankrupt. They are about to cause a riot in Trinidad. Unless there's only prisoner riot. Boy, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When Farris decide to pass that bill, I hope he have a jet plane standing by, you know. Take quite telling all you. Because thousands of Trinidadians and Tobagonians will be left unemployed. Unemployed. No money coming in. No money to pay. Last year, the pandemic, not last year, as a matter of fact, 2021. How much of them I put out from where I was renting? How much of them the bank called? And they had to be begging and crying tears not to seize their property. Call her good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
I want you to tell, like I think, what Guyana government give the frontline health workers. Thank you.
Oh God, he there? He there on the line? Or he gone? Over the weekend, I looked at it. Over the weekend. Let me tell you something. The nurses in Guyana, I believe they got back pay. I believe they got back pay. They got cash. In Trinidad, we get biscuit. Watch now. Nav. The biscuit is sweet biscuit, you know. But you know what you're telling them? Be careful if you have diabetes, you know. By giving them a pan of sweet biscuit. Got the picture? Try it up. That's Trinidad and Tobago, see. Look the biscuit in the tin. Look the biscuit in the tin. If you have diabetes, don't take that biscuit, you know. Because you will become active. Hey, all I feel it easy, Trinidad and Tobago. All I feel it easy. 2 tin for $25. 2 tin for $25 is a disgrace. Is a shame. Watch me. It's bloody hell nakedness. And the Prime Minister go be balling. You know the vaccine safe. The police woman who died, and she had 2 vaccines. They are saying where they? Boy, come 2020, all you better do like the former Minister of Education, Anthony Garcia, and resign, you know. Right here, I stood on my platform and I told Anthony Garcia, I said, partner, careful your bed shake, you know. I guarantee you, your bed will shake. I guarantee you something will be touching you on your shoulder. Watch me, never come back for a second round of being a minister. You think I'm afraid? Let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. Just how them have rights, I have rights. I have freedom of speech. I funded my platform. My tax-paying money, paying them. You feel I afraid them? When they come at my son, I didn't afraid to do my spirit work, you know. I stood without fear, you know. And if you feel I will come on my platform, and because them is ministers, I would fear them. Let me tell you, boy. He said that the fact of person dying of COVID-19 and the doubling of Omicron infection now replace any renegotiation of the term and condition of the hundreds of individual collective agreement. Arawi added that law stood above collective bargain, and the process of it does not apply in a pandemic. Listen to this man now.
I can say today that the government is not in a position to withdraw its policy statement. I can say that I now return to the very positions that I have asked Mr. Roger in particular to advance, and that is to literally plead that the trade union movement and the several persons that we met with provide us with recommendations.
There is no recommendations. The citizens of Trinidad and Tobago is naturally not going for the vaccine. Why am I saying that? Because they realize that Terence Yeltsin is playing mamagism with the public. Lies and more lies and more lies. What recommendation you want? What? No trade union, no lawyer, no magistrate, no doctor, nobody in the law fraternity in Trinidad and Tobago, nobody in the medical field in Trinidad and Tobago could convince the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to get vaccinated. You know why I am saying that, Mr. Faris Al-Rawi? Because they are seeing different to what our Prime Minister, to what our health ministers are saying to us, the citizens. They are bawling, the vaccine is safe. How much? How much COVID-19 vaccinated individuals have died in Trinidad thus far? How much? Bring out the real figures. Bring out the real figures. How much individual called into our program live and told the nations, told outside countries that listening to Real Talk with Said the kind of complications they had. But yet Terence Yeltsin is telling us the vaccine is safe. Go take it. Now listen to this. I am not going against your choice. And they are forcing the vaccine upon us. But I will tell you something. Monkey knows which branch to climb on. They know. They know. The Yeltsin never come forth and said how much women had menstrual problem. The Yeltsin never came forth and tell the citizens, the nation, how much men had what I can test? Erectile dysfunction. They never did that. You think they don't know? They damn well know. But they refuse to come out and tell the public the correct thing. Now understand what I'm saying. They are ministers. They have the right to defend their office. But coming to the reality is where you will see a different thing. China couldn't contain it. Australia couldn't contain it. India couldn't contain it. None of those big countries brought laws that would penalize the citizen and forcing them to take it. Only in Trinidad we're doing that. Gonzales tried right up the Caribbean. He ended up in Barbados. Once at that boss head bleeding, all kind of thing. Take notice of what happened when Gonzales was ruling. Take notice. If I have to spend my money, my own money, and keep a pushback in Queen's Park, Savannah. And I will tell the police officers, if all name man, come and lock up somebody there. Come and lock up somebody there. Let me tell you something. You see 2022, with these kind of ridiculous statement these ministers want to bring out, if I have to be the only individual who's standing for citizens in Trinidad and Tobago, I will practice what I know and I will spend my money. Go ahead and bring out laws. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because one morning your driver could be driving you down the road and the driver will tell you, all I do is I feel something pull the steering. My wife's cousin experienced that. They wanted to play mad for Saeed. So, you want to see who I is? Not a problem. Not too long after, on a 40-foot container truck in Manzalana Street, he ended up. When they tried to kidnap my son. Right here on the platform, I'm busting S. Make a attempt behind my son. Three of them gone blind, one dead. All come now, man. All play dotish. All play stupid. Let me tell you something. I ain't Trinidad and Tobago, you know. I represent Trinidad and Tobago, you know. I am not Mahatma Gandhi. I am not Malcolm X. I am not Gonzales. I am Saieed Ali from Trinidad and Tobago. The ministers have power? Not a problem. You have power because you were elected by the people to possess that power. Saeed? Saeed got power from God to do spirit work right here in Trinidad. Right here in Trinidad. So if all they want to play mad because all these ministers, well, we go see who more mad. So I want to ask tonight now, where are the human rights officers? Where are the human rights lawyers? Where are the human rights people? Where are they? According to human rights in Trinidad, if a man is found guilty of murder in the court of law, we cannot hang him. Why? Because human rights would say that is inhumane to hang an individual. But when he raped my daughter, and he choked my daughter, and he cuffed my daughter, and they borrowed my daughter, and they take a knife and pass it on her neck, and blood started to spill out. They didn't have no human rights there. They didn't have nothing. Come 2021, let's start to play mad. Come 2021, and all they start to play mad, all they will see a different side of Saeed. Call a good night. Next call. Hear this now. You feel that was a bacchanal? Many business places in Trinidad and Tobago, when you hear Trinidadians decide to run amok, their businesses will be the first business to be looted, and businessmen are going to lose millions. Remember 20 is, oh God, July 90. 99. I remember the coup, how much business places in Trinidad and Port of Spain was looted? Hear this, Trinidadians. 7 unvaccinated workers were allegedly blocked from entering their work site on Wednesday and denied their salary despite the industrial court ruling on Tuesday that they should be allowed to return. The industrial court gave them okay to go back to work and to collect their salary, but they were barred from their workplace. This after Communication Workers Union Secretary General Clyde Elder and President Joanne Ogier, I believe, applied for injunctive relief. The court ruled that the 7 should be readmitted to their workplace and receive their salary for December, which were already paid to their co-worker. So their co-worker collected the money, but these 7 unvaccinated couldn't collect. The court was also due to soon rule on whether the company's sustained lockout of these workers was an industrial-related offense. Elder won an injunction by arguing that while the union was not opposed to vaccination, just like me, I am not opposed to vaccination, any impose of one as a job requirement was a material change in these workers' term and condition of work. However, Elder said the workers had gone to work on Wednesday but were denied entry. I remember when Trinidad and Tobago was locked down, 2021. How much a bag of cement went for? How much, Trinidadians? A bag of cement went for 200, 190, 180. Today, the hardware is open. And to tell you how we so blasted, dotish and stupid, we're going to support the same hardware who was digging out with 2i. Take what I tell you earlier. We same 2i when $45 was for a sack. In the pandemic, country lockdown, it go on to 200. And today, we blind, we dumb, we deaf, we dotish, we stupid. You know what we're doing? We're supporting our same hardware who wanted to dig out with 2i in the pandemic. That is why when you hear business place catch a fire or somebody loot them, you think I feeling sorry? You think I feeling sorry? No. I will not feel sorry. I will not feel sorry. You want to ask me why I stand in here bashing them? When you get up in the morning, ask yourself, if Faraz Al-Wari brought this law in Trinidad and Tobago, and I am not vaccinated because I cannot take the vaccine, because my father take it and he get crippled, and my sister take it and she in pain, what you going to do? When you owe in the bank $200,000 on your house, and you have your little son going to school, and you have your car to pay off, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I, Saieed Ali, have never stood one day and tell his citizens, do not get vaccinated. I have never done that. Since 2020 to now, I have never done that. I went and took the vaccine, both shots. And by the grace of God, I am healthy today. Some who went with me were unfortunate. You know how hard it is for a man to say, Saeed, but after I take that vaccine, but my private shrink 1 inch? They are saying, you know anything about shame? The Prime Minister knows anything about shame? Clearly not. Clearly not. Attorney General Faraz Al-Wari have stated that although the government respects the views and consideration of all persons, they are prepared to take any legal challenges or all the way to the Privy Council if it faces resistance. Al-Wari stated that the vaccination figure have hit a wall and compelled them to take a stand. Listen to Faris.
Where we are right now is that more and more people in the public service are on quarantine, are on stay out, and the vaccination numbers have hit a wall. We have stopped seeing lines full. So we've taken out of that policy all that we could, and we have applied it to the point where everybody in Trinidad and Tobago knows the term comorbidity. Some of us say comorbidity. Comorbidity. Everybody knows the types of vaccines we have. We know the vaccination centers. Dr. Parisram, Dr. Richards, Dr. Hines, Dr. Trotman, they are all household faces and names.
I want to ask Faris. Faris, if all those people you called, they're so up and up there, they know about medical, why it is that most of the unvaccinated nurses are fearful? Why? Why are they so fearful of taking the vaccine? Come now, Faris, talk to me now, man. I want to hear your reply. You are not in the health sector. Terence Dialson giving out sweet biscuit to nurses and telling them thank you for hard work. While we have qualified nurses leaving Trinidad to grab job outside. On the other hand, we have Terence Dialson coming out and telling us the vaccine is safe. Let me tell you something. All in power. All have a right to defend their office. But bring forth the truth. Why did you all hit a wall? Ask Terence. Why are people not taking the vaccine? Ask Terence. Why are nurses fearful? Ask Terence. Today, tomorrow, you all got run out of Trinidad. How would you call yourself? The rate these ministers go in, very soon we will have a 1990 reoccurrence in Trinidad. Take what I'm telling all you. Take what I'm telling all you. They are trampling upon our rights. They are taking away our rights to choose. But Faris saying the bunks are wall. Faris, you sit down and ask yourself, why did the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago not go in for the vaccine? Ask yourself that. You're a lawyer. You are the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago. How much cases dropped on your lap for the last 6 months and you lost? He added that public sector workers have the choice of being vaccinated to be in the workplace, but if they choose not to, then they will have to be tested on a standing base or elect not to continue their employment. Listen to these individuals.
The government intends to roll out a vaccination requirement for and in respect of persons who are in the public sector, where a person who is in the public sector, be it as a manager, an employer, or an employee, is required, if they are to attend the workplace, to have received a vaccination regime. Secondly, there are exemptions to that policy where persons who have medical deferrals certificates, persons who have medical exemption certificates will be permitted to participate in employment as normal, and persons have the option, if they choose not to be vaccinated, to certainly have regular PCR testing if they are in the bracket of medically exempt or medically deferred personnel.
Here what the Minister of National Security had to say. Fitzgerald Hines stated that he was embarrassed when Prime Minister showed the public the vaccination statistics for various arms of national security. Hines told IATF members that their job requires them to work together in close contact, as well as in close contact with members of the public, thereby exposing them to COVID-19. Hey, watch me now. These individuals on them. Like I said, I have nothing against the vaccine. If you choose to take the vaccine, it's a matter of your choice. If you choose not to take the vaccine, it is a matter of your choice. But when I hear the Prime Minister coming out with statistics, and I hear Hines embarrassed, his own constituency, I want to see him, he talking about being embarrassed. If you were a bloody hell good minister, your community, Hines, would welcome you in open arms. But instead, they don't want to see you. But you want to tell the nation that you are embarrassed by the statistics the Prime Minister showed Trinidad and Tobago. What is more embarrassing? You being embarrassed of statistics, or you being embarrassed by your community? Because the entire world will look at you as a failure in your own community. Well, like all a dancey head or what? Huh? Like all a dancey head or what? Like number 9 bigger than number 10 or what? If all you feel side joking come 2022, all you think again, you know. Because for the last 3 years on TV, I have been leaving examples, you know. Faris, I thank you for everything. All the amendment, the legislation, the 9 or 10 amendment and laws that I push for, and you pass it, I thank you for that. But if I didn't light my bloody hell candle, you'd have never passed it. So it had something bigger than you dwelling there. Since the Prime Minister, the Honorable Keith Rowley, is from Tobago, and he's aware of Leketo, maybe he can explain to the public what takes place in Leketo. Let me tell all you something. Come January 3rd, and I pop back on TV on January 3rd, is a different story for Trinidad and Tobago. Because the horse ain't coming out of no stable, you know. It will be the jockey on the horse, with the horse taking its time and treading out of the stable with the jockey on it. Mark my words. Because I will practice what I know on whoever I want to. Mark my words. Mark my words, Trinidad and Tobago. And thus far, I have been leaving examples. On the 19th of March next year, 2022, will make it 4 years. Real Talk with Saieed Ali have been showing on Synergy Network live from Monday to Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. And everyone who looks at Real Talk will tell you that when Saieed tells you he's getting this done, he getting that done. It's a kind of mamagism thing, you know. No mamagism thing. Because at the end of the day, citizens will be crying. And the cry of an innocent person will move the hand of God. And when the hand of God move, and they move Saieed, believe me, I will do like it's Qurbani in Trinidad again, you know. I will buy my bull and I will buy my goat. Well, I feel it's joke. And it's Qurbani all over again. Qurbani come once a year for Muslims. That is where we offer our sacrifice animal unto God. This time, God got to forgive me. Because the amount of sacrifice I will be going with. Side, who sacrifice this represent? Side, who sacrifice this represent? Side, this bull that you're going to sacrifice unto me, what you want me to do? And people down in Leketo who are locked on to Real Talk with Saieed Ali, they know exactly what I am talking about, you know. All these spiritual people in Trinidad and Tobago know exactly what I'm talking about, you know. But you know what's the most fascinating thing? The most fascinating thing is that nobody believes in spirit work. Nobody. Oh, he can do this, he can do that. But when something happened to them, watch me. Watch me having. The Baba here have enough phone to call. Priest, you should have more phone, only one you have. Baba, let me buy a next phone for you, and so when I call you, you go answer me. You know why I ain't hear it? I ain't hear no religious leaders coming out and telling these people in leadership that they're going against the Constitution by forcing citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to take what they don't want. Where's all the religious? Where's the bloody hell woman arms of Trinidad and Tobago? Where's the law of fraternity in Trinidad and Tobago? So it is okay for Faris Al-Rawi, because he's the AG, to come out and tell we, hey, if you take that vaccine, you better stay home because you are not paying to take it. Really? Where human rights? Human rights gone for vacation? Because now it's Christmas? Boy, you'll mark my words, come 2022, is a different Saieed Ali, you know. Too much of bloody hell people suffering. We suffering. And these ministers driving in big car, tax exempted. Hey, just imagine. Imagine this. How short my name again? Call him in Bert. He want to bring out that $10 million policy for who in the Ponzi scheme business. Just now you catch also so. But when he exempted himself from paying property tax, you know not one bloody hell people jump up and say anything. Nobody. When Saieed talk about it, Saieed Bashim calling. Me? Come January next year, they got to carry me to court. Carry me to court. Because if Colin ain't paying, I ain't paying. Colin is a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, I am a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. Colin Imbut is a public figure, I am a public figure. Colin Imbut is a businessman, I am a businessman. Tell me something again. Tell me something again. These last 2-3 days in Real Talk before 2021 up is bacchanal, you know. Hands embarrassed. Your blasted constituency, I want to see you. That's an embarrassment. But you talking about the Prime Minister showing statistics. You embarrassed? Eh? You ain't shame? You ain't shame? Meanwhile, you are take a vacation. Take what I'm telling you. How do I go for a vacation? You see, I will tell you something. Just how those individuals are brave to stand up bold face. You think I'm afraid to tell the public I Saieed is do spirit work? God bless me with a gift. Just like he blessed the priest with a gift. And he blessed the imam with a gift. And he blessed the pundit with a gift. Huh? You think I afraid? You think I afraid? When I jump in Juve half naked. Huh? The next day, Juve, watch me, Juve more than the half naked, everything outside. Come Ash Wednesday. Boy, they're more holy than the pastor. They're more holy than the pundit. They're more holy than the imam. You cloak up to your throat squeezing, you can't breathe. You have got nothing to show. Hey, I love my work, you know. I love my job. I love my calling. I love it, I love it, I love it. And nobody ain't breaking me down from it. Because I don't depend on nobody to fund Real Talk. Nobody. The Prime Minister depends on taxpaying money to pay him. The Prime Minister depends on exemption of vehicles to roll big. The Prime Minister depends on free flight. You see, all those ministers, they depend on that. First thing they will say, well, you know, that is part of the portfolio. Where's all the magistrate and judge? They all know about the law. They all know about human rights. How come nobody write a letter to the AG and let them know, hey, you crossed the line, boy, you can't force nobody to take something that they don't want. Why the hell the Attorney General ain't bring out a law to hang those in prison? Human rights. Said, you know, they can't do that. It's human rights. Oh, but you want to bring a law for me to take vaccine? Yes. Congratulations on being stupid. That if you like for it to talk, break down my door anytime. That is the last day you will move your hand and foot. It will be on your body, but it will not move. You think any other AG in any other country and any prime minister in any other country could have come out and make a foolish statement? Gonzalez try it. Where he end up? Where he end up? China so big, the US so big, Australia so big, India so big. Why they don't come out and make a statement like where these two clowns where we have want to make? Why they don't come out and make that? I would just like to say the way these ministers are governing Trinidad and Tobago and the type of laws and amendment they want to bring out for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, very soon there will be a repeat of the 1990 coup right here in Trinidad. Police officers told them the other day, pay us to take the job. Pay us to take the job. You want we take it, no problem. If something happened to we, all you at fault. And you know what that is? That is $1 million in lawsuit there. You think they're stupid, they're smart. You see, I'm going to tell you something. If Ministry of Finance decide to pay police to take the job, they're responsible. And if anything goes wrong with that officer, boy, bet your last dollar is QCs will be taking the Ministry of Finance and the Attorney General and Fitzgerald Hines to court. I'll play all their rights. That is why I come here every night to encourage you. So viewers, we're out of time for tonight. We probably have about 30 seconds left on our show tonight. I do want to thank you. This has been Tune It Up. Remember, tune in to Wednesday night show, Public Concerns Night, And remember, it's just about 2 or 3 days again to get your 2.75% at Real Talk Financing and Investment Company. Tomorrow I'll be sending up my final letter for the approval for Real Talk Credit Union. Hopefully, I'm hoping that I get it within January or February. Real Talk Credit Union will change credit union banking in Trinidad and Tobago. That I could guarantee. So until we meet again, viewers, there's a repeat of this program tomorrow from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And we'll be right back with you on Wednesday night, being the 29th of December 2021, for another live episode of Real Talk with Saieed Ali on Synergy Network. So until we meet again, be safe and enjoy.